Very good morning to all my dear students. Here we go with the disclaimer. It is hereby declared that the production of the said content is meant for non-commercial, scholastic, and research purposes only. We admit that some of the content or the images provided in this channel's video may be obtained through the routine Google image searches, and few of them may be under copyright protection. Such usage is completely inadvertent. It is quite possible that we overlook to give full scholarly credit to the copyright owners. We believe that the non-commercial, only for educational use of the material may allow the video in question fall under fair use of such content. However, we honor the copyright holders' rights and the video shall be deleted from our channel in case of any such claim received by us or reported to us. Students, please inform other classmates to join as soon as possible because today we are going to continue with the most important aspect, business plan. 11 points of business plan. We'll wait for next 2 minutes and then we'll start. Kindly inform your classmates to join as soon as possible. Yes, so here we go with the format of business plan. Total 11 points are there in the business plan. It started with the introductory page, executive summary, market analysis, description of venture, production plan, operational plan, marketing plan, your basic organizational plan, assessment of risk, financial plan, and at last appendix. So now let's start with the first point, that is the basic introduction. Or you can say the introductory page. Introductory page includes name and address of the business. What is the name and style of the business? For example, which particular industry they belongs. Name, if we say the Marwadi University, we can say the Marwadi Sales and Finance Limited. We can say the Wockhardt Hospitals Limited. And accordingly, what is the name of your business, of your venture, that you have to write in a very first introductory page. Plus address. If a single unit is there, then it's fine. You can write down the address. But if you have head office in other states, then you have to add it. If you have production unit at other places, you have to add it. If you have your city area office, you have to add it. So your name and whatever the addresses are available with you as far as your unit, sales office, production units are concerned, you have to write it down in the introductory page. The nature of the business, whether you are going to produce or manufacturing something, what kind of nature? Are you there in the service industry? You are there in the manufacturing, or what? You have to write it down. And same time, you have to describe it. That yes, we are in manufacturing of ball bearings, and you have to write down few words about the ball bearings, the use of that. Basic, very short description about your manufacturing. And then the statement of financing need. Why you need funds in your business. What are the need for getting the fundings from outside? So for that, you have to add one statement in that which clearly defend, which clearly identify, which clearly supports that yes, because of such reason, we need fund in our business. So this is what a very basic introductory page, explanation of the introductory page. The second one is executive summary. It is consisting of 3 to 4 pages that summarize the entire business plan. The executive summary should address a number of questions can be answered, like what is the business model, how it is unique, what will be the profit margin, how they are going to be leaders, how they are going to penetrate in the markets, and few other questions. So executive summary, it may take 3 to 4 pages or even more than that. There is no issues with page, but majority 3 to 4 pages are enough. It is crux, it is summary of your entire business plan. So the one front person or the authority who don't want to read the entire project, entire business plan, they can get idea from the executive summary itself. It may be possible that your entire business plan having 90 to 100 pages or maybe 1000 pages. It depends. So it is practically not possible to read all those pages. So what authority will do? Authority will read executive summary. Then industry analysis, assessment of external uncontrollable variables that may impact the business plan. External environment analysis, the most important aspect. For example, if you are there in the telecom industry, you have to do detailed analysis, scrutiny of telecom industry. If you want to be in the pharmaceutical industry, you have to go with the detailed external analysis, external environment analysis. It includes economic factor, political factors, social factors, socio-cultural factors, technological factors, and so on. You have to do detailed analysis of all the external environment factors that you cannot control. And those external factors have vital impact on your business. For example, political parties got changed. Right now, the situations we can consider at Maharashtra. Maharashtra having a very tough political situation nowadays. Maybe government may change, maybe. So it will affect thousands of industries, lakhs of industries when government change. It's uncontrollable factors that entrepreneurs cannot control. So you have to go with the assessment of all the external factors and how it is going to affect your business, like political factors, economic factors, social factors, cultural factors, technological factors, and so on. So you have to go with the industry analysis for the same. In which particular industry you would like to enter, you have to go with the industry analysis of that particular industry or segment. Then description of venture provides complete overview of product, what type of products will be there. If it is services, then what type of services will be there, and operation of new venture, how you are going to operate your entire new venture. Now I'm writing down something. So if we talk about the packaging mineral water industry, then you have to write down the details of all the products that is available with you. If you talk about Coca-Cola, then Kinley is there. If you talk about Parle, then Bisleri is there. If you talk about Pepsi, then Aquafina is there. Apart from that, Oxyrich is there, Foster's is there, Havertz 5000s are there. We are talking about mineral water only. So now in that particular product, you have to write down detailed USP of that product. For example, if we talk about Bisleri, they used to write added minerals. If we talk about Oxyrich, they used to write with 300% more oxygen. If we talk about Himalaya, they used to write spring water. If we talk about Avian, I think you guys have heard this name. The cost is almost 650 rupees per liter. Then it's alkaline waters. So you have to write down functions of the products, features of the products, characteristics of the product, and how you are going to operate the new venture. what will be the flow chart. Now, the production plan details how products will be manufactured, from where you will get the raw material, how you are going to convert your raw materials into finished goods. Let me share one live example with you. A flow chart of process. Please be online. I'm sharing. This is what you can add as far as the production is concerned. Process flow chart for making your product, whatever product it is there, your company name, then you have to write down the entire process. If it is belongs to the manufacturing, arrival of raw materials, quality check of raw materials, discard bad quality. So depends on the industry, depends on the business, depends on the services. You have to prepare your entire production chart or flow chart for the processes that is going to take place as far as the production is concerned. You please take a look. Like if we talk about the production of khakra, making of khakra, then arrival of raw materials, basic raw material will be wheat only. Then taken to the wheat flour mill, then later on wheat flour taken to dough kneading machine, when dough will be get ready, and later on the dough taken to the khakra making machines. Khakra making machines will press the dough and convert into a fixed size or shape. Then collecting extra dough after khakra pressing, past quantity, rejected quantities, taken forward to semi-roast machines and heating machines, semi-roast khakra taken to roasting machines, taken to roasting machines for final process, and packing of khakra in vacuum packed machines, and later on sent to packaging and sales counter. This is the actual and real process that you are supposed to explain in front of the authority, as and when you go to bank for the loan purpose, for the funding purpose. Are you getting the point, class? Yeah, thank you. Now again come back to the slides. So the production plan details how products will be manufactured, what are the machines that you are going to use. Uh, Please be online. Let me share another one. Please be online. Let me share the practical one with you. Production plans. I'm sharing. Please be online. This is how you can add the entire things. On the letterhead, name and list of equipments and machinery along with the number, installed capacity and horsepower used, mandatory for manufacturing and processing units. So these are the machines that we are going to use. So name of machines, model number, serial number, manufacturing date, capacity of machines, and so on. Everything, everything you have to write it down in your production plan. And that production will be included in the your business plan. And on the basis of all those things, the banks will decide that how much funding should be sanctioned to a particular person. Still be online. If I do have others, let me share. Please be online. Apart from that, you have to also write down the ingredients and additives that you are going to use. If it is in detail, if you want to go for the detailed business plan, if you want to have enough funding for the business, then you have to write down all these things, statements of ingredients and additives, like name of the proprietary food, what will be the item name, food name, nearest food category, this is available on the FSSAI side, ready to eat savories. These are the things that you have to write it down, and for that you have to hire consultant. This will help you a lot to get your funding sanctioned very easily. So this is how practically it works. In business, it's not easy to get the loan. It's tough one. And for that only, we need to prepare a great business plan. And that business plan have 11 points. Then the operational plan. This section goes beyond the manufacturing process and describe the flow of goods and services from production to the customers. How you are going to operate the entire business. Once your finished goods, or you can say your product is ready, then how that product will be delivered to the customers. So goods and services from production to the customer. The process that I have shown, how you are going to practically implement it, that you have to write down in the operational plan. And this operational plan, then this one, production plan, production, operation, and marketing plan. These are the three most important output that funding agencies will look into. And if your production, operation, and marketing plan is good enough, then they will easily sanction your loan. Then marketing plan, describe market conditions and strategy related to how products and services will be distributed, priced, and promoted. How you are going to distribute your product or services, how you are going to get entered into the market, what will be your penetration strategy, by what price you are going to sell your product, because on the basis of the price, selling price, your profit margin will be decided. And how you are going to promote your product, what are the tools and techniques that you are going to use, how you are going to marketize your product, through advertisement in newspaper, advertisement in radio, social media advertisements, free sampling, and so many things. You are going to give sponsorship in the big events, how you are going to promote your product, how you are going to marketize your product, and what will be the price actually. So they will decide the profit margins. And on the basis of your sales, they can identify, yes, if they sell 10,000 units, then the profit will be like this. And out of that profit, they will be able to repay our loans. So it's a good one, calculative part. Then organizational plan, describe form of ownership, whether it is sole proprietorship, partnership, or what. It's a limited liability partnership or it's a company. Who will handle what? Who will be responsible? Who have authority to take the decisions? The flow chart of information, top level, middle level, lower level. Who will direct to whom? That all those things you have to write down in your organizational plan. The formal structure of your organization describes from a form of ownership and lines of authority and responsibility of members of the new venture. For example, myself, I will be there in production department. I will look out the entire production department. Somebody from you, for example, Divyesh, he will be handling entire finance department. Somebody from you is going to, like for example, Uttam is going to handle the entire marketing department. So authority and responsibility will be finalized, and the same has to be in written also. Then assessment of risk. How much risk is there? It is good, very good in business plan, in your production plan, operational plan, marketing strategies, and all those things. It's really very nice. But the actual risk, whether it is calculated risk or whether it is irreversible risk, so identifies potential hazards and alternative strategies to meet business plan goals and objectives. Now, what if your plan A doesn't work? Do you have plan B with you? What if your main product is not going to hit the market like anything? Do you have any other product in your bucket? What if customers are not ready to purchase your product because of pricing issues, because of quality issues? Then how you are going to sort it out? Bank authority might ask such questions to you. No doubt your business plan is too good, but what if market sentiments get changed, how you are going to survive and sustain. So assessment of risk, irrespective of ups and downs, how you are going to achieve your goals and objectives. That the brief summary, you have to write it down over here. Business is equal to risk. Not even a single business in the entire world have 0% risk. All the businesses having risk. It may be 1%, it may be 100%. It depends on the nature of the business. But yes, how you are going to defend your industry from those risks, that matters. You must have plan B ready with you. Then financial plan, projection of key financial data that determine economic feasibility and necessary financial investment commitments. Now for this, you have to upload what we can say, yes, estimate of total finance required. And how you can do this? For that, you have to submit bills of machinery, that these are the machineries and this is the costing of the machines. Apart from that, we need to have liquidity in our business for initial 6 months, for initial year. So we are in need of this much finance. Let me show you practical one. Please be online. Please be online. I'm working on it. May take time. Please be online. I'm searching for that. Sorry, I am not able to get it now because of some issues in WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not working properly on my laptop. So I'm not able to get it. But yes, once I get it, we'll share it with you in the next session. Definitely. Because it's the important one where you are going to disclose all the financial aspect of your business. That this is the total amount of machinery, this is the total amount of liquidity that we require, this is the other expenses, these are the expenses for raw material and all those things. So in total we need this much amount in our business, and on the basis of that the funding agencies will give you funds of 80 to 90%, not more than that. If you say that you are in requirement of 1 crore rupees, they will sanction only 75 to 80 lakh rupees. They are not going to sanction entire amount. So financial plan, then appendix. The appendix of the business plan generally contains any backup material. If you do have any, like letters from customers, distributors, or subcontractors are example of information that should be included in the appendix. If you are having your own distributors, they are ready to purchase your stocks. If you have your loyal customers, they are ready to purchase your products. If you have any subcontractors, then those details should be there in the appendix. So funding agencies can easily trust on you. Okay, whatever the products you are going to sell in the markets, already customers are there and you will have sales. And on the basis of sales, you are going to earn profit. And from that profit, you are going to repay our loans. So that's all about the business plan, or we can say the format of business plan. Any doubts for this class? What about others? Students, do you have any doubts? Okay, done. Thank you so much. Then in the next session, we'll start with analysis and interpretation of the business plan. And on the basis of this interpretation and analysis, funding agencies will sanction your funds. How they analyze, how they interpret, that we'll see in the next session. So guys, we'll keep up to this only. That's it for the day. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend and happy Holi in the advance. Take care.